Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Leatherneck Insider for the fall 2025 semester. I'm Nathaniel Rogers.
And I'm Patrick Cummings. After last week's tough loss against Illinois, the WIU football team is gearing up for next week's matchup against Valparaiso. Leatherneck Insider reporter Aiden Dercine got the chance to talk to wide receiver Damari Davis.
The Western Illinois football team lost their season opener last weekend 52-3 against University of Illinois. I got to talk to wide receiver Damari Davis about his offseason and what he's prepared for his senior year.
Summer preparation went really good. Knew a lot of new teammates, a lot of new players, a lot of new coaches and facilities. So just getting adjusted to everybody, learning new characters and just how everybody fits together. I think we came together really well in the short amount of time that we had to prepare for this season. I think we did a pretty good job with that.
I also talked to him about the new duties of being wide receiver one with the losses of Matthew Henry and Eli Aragon from last year's squad.
It's amazing to be a wide receiver one. I feel like that's a role that I would love to approach, and it's a role that I feel like I could take on. There's a lot of characteristics, leadership aspects that come with that, and I feel like I have those traits. From the football standpoint, I think I can put up numbers that were similar to Matt and Eli's last year. So just being, I know the offense, I know the playbook. So being in that position definitely is a dream come true for me.
Damari also tells me his opinions on his new starting quarterback, Chris Irvin.
I love Chris Irvin. Great guy, great player, smart, intelligent. He's a pinpoint accuracy. He puts the ball where it needs to go. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes on the field. He has all the tangibles needed to get us where we want to go, which is to win the OVC championship, and I 100% believe he can get us there.
Good luck to Damari Davis and Western Illinois football for the rest of the season. Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Aiden Dercine.
Thanks, Aiden. Good luck to Damari Davis and the Leathernecks for the rest of their season.
The WIU volleyball team is off to a tough start as the Leathernecks surrendered their first 3 games of the season. My partner Patrick Cummings had the chance to speak with Leatherneck superstar Kiana Cruz on the team's recent play.
After a tough start to the season, the Leathernecks now look to bounce back in the St. Louis tournament. I was able to speak with volleyball superstar Kiana Cruz on the team's recent play and what can they learn moving forward.
I think the thing that our team kind of not necessarily took for granted, but didn't pay enough attention about was just the team chemistry and finishing. So we've been working on those drills a lot because there were most of the games, I'm pretty sure we were up until the 23-point stretch, and then they came back and beat us. So I think our biggest thing is just learning to finish, but I think the team, like talent-wise, like we are very much there and can very much compete with any team that is thrown at us.
Kiana Cruz gave her thoughts on some of the newer faces on the team and what the development process could look like moving forward.
I don't personally have a specific person that is surprising the most because I feel like a lot of them have. We are a team with 9 returners, 8 newcomers, and there's been so much talent brought to the table, so I wouldn't be able to give you one specific person, but I do know that everyone that has been brought in has been doing a great job at their role and helping this team become better.
After having 516 kills last season, Kiana Cruz now sets herself a new goal for this upcoming season.
I mean, honestly, I would love to repeat the stat or have a higher goal. But again, like I said earlier, with the talent on the team, I won't be too. Last year I was very heavily dependent on. Now with how our team is running and how Dale and Alex are changing things around, I think that everyone is actually going to have really good hitting stats. So I don't even think I'll have the opportunity to reach that 516 kills again.
This is Patrick Cummings reporting from Leatherneck Insider.
The Leathernecks plan to bounce back in a 3-game tournament in St. Louis. Coming after the break is news from the pitch. Don't leave just yet.
Western Illinois University. Our beginnings in 1902 focused on providing affordable teacher education training. We've changed with the times and excelled through the years. Today, Western is positioned for the next 100 years and beyond. Affordability of diverse academic programs, outstanding learning opportunities, and hands-on experiences provide excellent job placement for our graduates. This is Western, forever Western.
Your vision.
My goal is to work at a top 100 television station as a reporter, anchor, and a producer.
Our mission.
Thanks to Western, I have a resume that would beat out most students from the top journalism schools in the country.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Welcome back, everyone. The WAU men's soccer team has gotten off to a slow start. My partner here, Nathaniel Rogers, had the opportunity to speak with head coach Eric Johnson about the team's season so far.
I recently had the opportunity to speak with WIU men's soccer head coach Eric Johnson about the season so far. I first asked how the team keeps momentum after a big win like the one on Wednesday against Bradley.
Yeah, that's a mental thing for sure, and we just had that talk about it. The desire to win 2 in a row has to be strong, and to prove that we're making progress. We had some setbacks early in the season that we weren't happy with. We had an early win and then a couple losses, so yesterday was an important win to get some confidence back. We're fine-tuning some positional play, and now we just got to bring that attitude that we brought to yesterday's game into Saturday's game.
I followed up by asking if the team practices or prepares any different after a win.
Yeah, so today was a little different. If you notice, there was a lot of guys that just did the warm-up and some jogging and stretching and a little bit of ball work. And then the guys who didn't play a lot of minutes actually scrimmaged so that they got a game-like experience as well. And then tomorrow we'll have a normal training session, which will be warm-up, technical, small-sided, and maybe a few tactical, big picture, how Green Bay plays, how their lineup is, what it's going to look like in the game, and how we're going to, approach our attacking and defending against them.
My final question was, how does the team find its identity?
Yeah, team identity is shaped by the leaders of your team. Coaches ask for a certain identity, and we ask that we're energetic. We take our defending seriously because it goes with you in the bus. No matter what, you can always defend, and that's the starting point. And then add to that a team that can find ways to score goals.
Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Nathaniel Rogers.
Thanks, Nathaniel. Leatherneck's are up against Green Bay here in Macomb at 2 p.m.
On the other side of the pitch, the women's soccer team enters this weekend on a losing skid, having lost 4 straight games, the most recent loss coming at the hands of the Indiana State Sycamores. The Leathernecks currently sit at 1-4 on the season, the lone win coming in their first game against St. Ambrose. The Leathernecks travel to West Lafayette to take on the Purdue Boilermakers tomorrow at noon. Then they'll come back from Indiana to play a team from Indiana, Valparaiso, on Thursday. News from the softball diamond and Macomb High football are coming right up after the break.
Taking me home.
Here, I engineer the future.
Here, I have countless opportunities.
Here, I do research.
Right here at Western.
Welcome back, everyone, to Leatherneck Insider. WIU softball head coach Elisa Goller was busy once again this summer representing Team USA. Leatherneck Insider reporter Caden Stearns reports from Mary Ellen McKee Stadium.
Western Illinois head coach Elisa Goller spends a lot of her time right here in this third base box coaching the Leatherneck softball team. But this summer, Elisa Goller had an opportunity to represent more than Leatherneck softball. Elisa Goller got to spend her summer representing Team USA as an assistant coach for the U15 national team, all the way out in Italy.
I'd never been to Europe, so that was in itself cool. But I think anytime that you get to go and represent your country in some capacity at international games, it's just, you can't replicate the feeling. Like, I had a lot of cool experiences myself during my career, but being a part of a staff where you've got, like, you know, USA across your chest and you're around all these other countries and different cultures, it's just, I think if I could have every person, like, go experience it in some capacity, even as a fan, I would say go do it, because it's just really, really special.
This isn't Goler's first time representing Team USA. Last summer, Goler took a trip across the Pacific to Japan.
Yeah, you know, when I was in Japan, it was with the actual, like, older national team and a kind of a mix of some of them, like, with the alternates for what they may build towards in 28. So that was just unique in that you're looking at the building blocks of what the 2028 team that represents the U.S. will be. I think they're just trying to get a feel for who's going to fit where, who does what well, and just being a tiny part of that and being able to kind of, like, you know, just honestly help and just have conversation with those athletes was cool. When I was in Italy with the 15s, completely different. I mean, they haven't even gone through their recruiting process yet. They're so young. They're so easily, like, molded with, they need information, they need true coaching. You're not doing tweaks, you're still teaching. So I think both of them was great as far as pushing me out of a comfort zone to have to do some stuff, which is why when I do say yes to that, it's because I want to be a better coach here.
Goler will look to transition her experiences with Team USA to Western Illinois.
What I was wanting is, A, to make sure that I'm not missing the boat on things that we cover at practice, conversations we have, how we prep for opponents, all of that. And then, you know, if I'm not off base, making sure that if there are better ways or more efficient ways or even just different styles of communication that I'm like, oh, I like that. I think that might resonate more. That's what that's the kind of takeaways I'm trying to do. The physical stuff is not so much it. I mean, those are high caliber athletes. A lot of them in their sleep can hit a home run. But I think it's the, like, how you are translating the tiny details that can help me be a better coach for our program here.
Goler will have her first opportunity to show those transitions as the Leathernecks play host to Rock Valley College on September 12th. Reporting from Mary Ellen McKee Stadium, Caden Strunz, Leatherneck Insider.
Thanks, Caden. We'll be watching for sure. The U15 team was able to bring home the bronze medal, no-hitting Mexico 4-0 in the Softball World Cup.
It was a running back duel in Rushville last week as the Macomb High Bombers took on the Rushville Industry Rockets for the first game of the season. Now starting off with Rushville, the Rockets, with 4:49 left in the quarter, in T formation, on the Bomber 3-yard line after driving the field, handed off to Ryan Reynolds up the gut, and the Rockets jump on the board first and convert the 2-point conversion to make it 8-0. Now jumping over to the other side of the field, and it's 1st and 10 at the Rockets 16 in I formation, with the outside handoff to junior running back Drake May, who catches the edge all the way for the 16-yard touchdown to put the Bombers on the board, down 8-7 after the PAT. And there you see a nice celebration. And it's 2nd and 10 at the Rockets 49, Bombers still down by 1, and junior quarterback Caden Nupp. He's looking, and he launches for a 48-yard gain to senior receiver Drew Watson, who was stopped just short and is stopped on the 1-yard line. Now, after coming up short on 1st and goal, the Bombers' junior quarterback Caden Nupp pushes it in for the quarterback keeper and takes the lead 13-8 after a failed 2-point conversion. And a little later in the night, heading into the second half, after getting a touchdown early, the Bombers find themselves in the red zone again on 1st and goal from the 6-yard line, up 20-8, and Drake May gets another handoff and bounces it outside with too much speed for any Rockets player to catch him. Now a 28-8 Bomber lead. And now late in the fourth quarter, after jumping out to an 8-0 lead, the Rockets were kept quiet until this final touchdown on the 1-yard line with the inside handoff to Ryan Reynolds for his second of the game, and a 28-14 final score for the Bombers' first win of the season. The Bombers face off against the Illini West Chargers in Carthage for their next matchup.
Stay in those seats because you won't want to miss the reveal of Kobe's Corner coming next on Leatherneck Insider.
Not W? It's not W, it's W. 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 That's what I've been stressing out about the most so far. Is saying W because I know it's something you're going to say right. Yeah, we've been ready.
They're like, we're waiting on, what are we waiting on?
You haven't said anything. I said we're ready to go. We can start.
Hello, everyone. I am Will Thomas.
And I'm Dane Mackley. Welcome to this week's edition of Leatherneck Insider.
It's time for what we've all been waiting for. Kobe's Corner. Take it away, Kobe.
Thanks, Patrick, and boy, am I excited to be back. Hopefully you all had a great summer. Starting off with some college football, headed down south to Tallahassee. Florida State knocks off Alabama 31-17. It could already bring some questions to second-year head coach Kalen DeBoer. Tenure as Alabama fans become restless. Staying in the orange shade, the Hurricanes get a close victory over the Fighting Irish Sunday night, 27-24. And a couple of strong debuts for freshman wide receiver Malachi Toney and senior quarterback Carson Beck. Beck passing for over 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. And on the receiving end, Toney caught 6 receptions for 50 yards. Over to Chapel Hill, Bill Belichick made his coaching debut, and let's just say he shrugged his shoulders as TCU would take care of business 48-14 over the Tar Heels. And sticking on the gridiron, the NFL is ready to kick off their season, which means football is back for the Chicago Bears. Bears hired former Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson to help develop second-year quarterback Caleb Williams and bring success to Chicago. Now the Bears will have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL, but I do predict them to win the NFC North and end with a record of 11-6. Well, that's going to wrap up this segment for Kobe's Corner. Have a great weekend, Macomb.
Thanks, Kobe. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Don't forget to follow our social media pages at Insider WIU. And as always, I'm Patrick Cummings.
And I'm Nathaniel Rogers. Have a great week, Leatherneck Nation.